Welcome to Omni. Today we plunge into the deep ocean to uncover a truly incredible biological mystery of vision. Look closely at this beautiful sea urchin resting quietly on the vibrant coral reef beneath the sparkling blue ocean waves. It appears as a simple creature, covered entirely in sharp defensive spikes, without any visible eyes or a central brain. Yet this fascinating animal can navigate complex environments, find hidden food, and actively avoid dangerous predators approaching from any direction. How does a creature with absolutely no central visual organs manage to see the world so clearly and react instantly? The answer lies within an astonishing evolutionary adaptation that transforms its entire physical body into one massive light-gathering sensor. Instead of relying on two localized eyes like humans do, the sea urchin utilizes a completely decentralized system of vision. Hidden carefully between the long protective spines are thousands of tiny, delicate tube feet moving constantly in the ocean currents. These remarkable tube feet contain specialized cells that are highly sensitive to changing light patterns in their immediate underwater environment. You can think of each individual tube foot as a single digital pixel on a massive spherical computer display screen. When a tiny particle of light hits one specific tube foot, that single biological pixel registers a tiny electrical signal. But unlike most animals, this signal does not travel along a long nerve path to reach a central processing brain. Instead, the visual information is processed right there at the exact local point where the light actually hits the body. Thousands of these tiny processing units work simultaneously across the entire outer shell, without ever communicating with the central hub. The tall, dense spines play a very crucial role by blocking certain angles of light from reaching specific tube feet. This clever biological shadow casting mechanism helps the creature determine the exact direction and movement of any nearby light source. If a large, dark shadow suddenly passes overhead, the local sensors detect the sudden drop in ambient light intensity immediately. Without needing a brain to think, the local nervous system instantly commands the nearby spines to point toward the threat. Because these sensors cover its entire spherical surface, the sea urchin effectively possesses an unbroken panoramic view of the world. The entire physical body of the creature essentially functions as one single giant compound eye, looking in absolutely every direction. Scientists officially call this remarkable biological phenomenon distributed vision, a completely different evolutionary path compared to our own visual system. Human eyes capture massive amounts of high-resolution data that must be sent to our complex brain for heavy processing. This centralized processing method requires a massive amount of continuous energy and a highly developed neural network to function properly. The humble sea urchin takes a much more efficient approach by only processing the absolute minimum necessary data locally, everywhere. Each local node makes its own quick, independent decision, keeping the overall energy consumption of the simple organism incredibly low. Interestingly enough, this ancient biological strategy perfectly mirrors one of the most exciting new developments in modern computer engineering today. For many years, our technology relied heavily on sending massive amounts of raw data to giant centralized cloud computing servers. These giant remote data centers act exactly like a central brain, processing information and sending commands back to our devices. However, as we build millions of new smart devices, this centralized method creates massive network congestion and slow response times. The brilliant solution to this modern technological problem is a revolutionary new computing concept known widely as edge artificial intelligence. Edge computing means moving the intelligent data processing away from the central cloud and directly into the local sensor itself. A smart security camera with edge artificial intelligence can recognize a human face locally without ever uploading the video feed. It only sends a tiny text alert to the main system, saving massive amounts of precious internet bandwidth and energy. This is the exact same brilliant strategy the sea urchin has been using successfully for millions of years underwater, perfectly. Consider the complex computer vision systems required to safely operate a modern, autonomous, self-driving vehicle on a busy street. If the car had to send video data to a distant cloud server to detect pedestrians, it would inevitably crash. Instead, the vehicle uses edge computing chips located right inside the bumper sensors to make immediate, life-saving braking decisions. Just like the sea urchin dodging a falling rock, the autonomous car reacts instantly, using decentralized local intelligence without delay. Small autonomous drones navigating rapidly through dense forest environments also rely heavily on this decentralized visual processing method to survive. Their tiny onboard cameras process spatial data instantly at the edge, allowing them to dodge branches with incredible biological agility. Inside massive modern manufacturing factories, thousands of smart temperature and vibration sensors continuously monitor heavy machinery for potential catastrophic failures. By processing data locally at the edge, these smart factory sensors instantly shut down dangerous machines before terrible accidents happen. The elegant simplicity of distributed vision allows the sea urchin to thrive in one of the most chaotic environments imaginable. The ocean is a dynamic world filled with constantly shifting light, moving shadows, and sudden unpredictable threats from all sides. A centralized brain might become completely overwhelmed by this massive influx of visual data, but the decentralized system handles it. Local processing acts as a natural biological filter, completely ignoring useless background noise and only reacting to truly important changes. In our rapidly growing smart cities, we are trying to build artificial systems that accurately replicate this exact biological filtering. Intelligent traffic cameras process vehicle flow locally at the intersection, adjusting red lights instantly without consulting a distant central server. In modern healthcare facilities, wearable edge devices continuously monitor patient vital signs and process the critical health data locally immediately. Doctors receive instant alerts only when something is wrong, preventing them from being overwhelmed by endless streams of normal data. Nature has spent millions of years slowly perfecting these incredibly efficient systems through the long, rigorous process of natural selection. Human engineers are now looking closely at these ancient biological blueprints to solve the modern bottleneck problems of digital computing. This fascinating field of study is called biomimicry, where we directly copy nature to create much better and smarter technology. Researchers are currently developing experimental robotic sensors that physically mimic the exact distributed vision network of the humble sea urchin. These decentralized robots could potentially explore dangerous underwater caves or distant alien planets where relying on central communication is impossible. Imagine a space rover covered in thousands of tiny independent light sensors, navigating rough alien terrain without a main computer. Each individual sensor would independently detect obstacles and adjust the wheels locally, creating a perfectly smooth and highly efficient journey. Back on Earth, the sea urchin continues its slow daily routine, completely unaware that it holds the secrets to computing. It slowly grazes on green algae using a complex five-jawed mouth, guided entirely by the collective decisions of pixels. The tiny tube feet not only see the world, but also physically move the food directly toward the central mouth. This represents the ultimate integration of sensory perception and physical action, a holy grail for modern robotics and artificial intelligence. We want to build robots where the artificial skin itself can see, feel, and react without asking the central processor. Smart materials embedded with edge computing chips could eventually give machines the same full-body awareness as the sea urchin. Furthermore, the concept of distributed vision can be expanded from a single body to a massive swarm of independent machines. Thousands of simple drones communicating only with their closest neighbors can form complex, intelligent shapes without any central flight controller. We see this exact decentralized swarm intelligence everywhere in nature, from massive schools of silverfish to complex ant colonies. In many ways, the sea urchin is essentially a tightly packed biological swarm of tiny, independent tube feet working together. They share a single protective shell, but their collective, decentralized intelligence is what truly keeps the entire living organism alive. As human technology continues to advance rapidly, we are beginning to realize that bigger, central brains are not always better. Pushing all our complex data to giant, centralized computing servers creates massive vulnerabilities, high energy costs, and dangerous processing delays. The future of artificial intelligence is undeniably decentralized, distributed, and pushed as far out to the extreme edge as possible. The next time you visit the beach and spot a spiky sea urchin resting quietly in a shallow tidal pool, take a moment to truly appreciate the profound biological genius hidden within this seemingly simple and primitive-looking marine animal. You are looking at it with your two central eyes, but it is looking back with its entire physical body. Two completely different evolutionary solutions to the exact same fundamental problem, of understanding and navigating the complex physical environment perfectly. Biology offers us an endless library of elegant solutions that have been rigorously tested over hundreds of millions of years. By paying close attention to the natural world, we can discover incredible shortcuts to building much better artificial intelligence systems. Edge computing is not just a passing technological trend. It is a fundamental shift toward a more natural computing architecture. It promises a future where our smart devices are faster, more energy efficient, highly secure, and completely independent from clouds. Your future smart home will continue to function perfectly, even if the main internet connection is completely severed or destroyed. Tiny smart medical implants will monitor your heart and deliver life-saving medicine instantly, without needing a wireless network connection. Agricultural drones will independently identify and treat diseased plants in remote rural fields where central cellular network coverage is unavailable. All of these amazing technological advancements share the exact same foundational philosophy as the humble sea urchin navigating the dark. The core principle is simple but powerful. Process the necessary information exactly where it is gathered and ignore the rest. This elegant philosophy reduces unnecessary waste, increases reaction speed, and creates a highly resilient system that cannot easily be broken. If one central brain fails, the whole system dies. But in a distributed network, the surviving local nodes keep working. A sea urchin can lose several tube feet to a predator and still perfectly navigate its environment without any issues. We are currently building our future digital infrastructure to be just as robust, adaptable, and resilient as these incredible creatures. The deep ocean remains a vast, unexplored frontier, filled with countless other bizarre organisms waiting to inspire our next inventions. Every strange creature surviving in the dark depths has solved a complex engineering problem in its own unique biological way. As we continue to explore both the deep oceans and the far reaches of outer space, biomimicry will guide us. We will build a smarter, cleaner, and more efficient world by simply copying the masterful designs already perfected by nature. The story of the sea urchin reminds us that true intelligence does not always require a massive, centralized processing brain. Sometimes the most brilliant and effective solutions are found by simply spreading the heavy workload across thousands of tiny helpers. A beautiful symphony of distributed perception, where every single tiny part contributes to the greater survival of the whole organism. From the mysterious depths of the ancient ocean to the cutting-edge laboratories of modern artificial intelligence and robotics engineering, the boundaries between evolutionary biology and advanced computer science are slowly blurring together into one fascinating, unified field of discovery. We are finally learning to truly see the world through the thousands of distributed, tiny eyes of the sea urchin. And in doing so, we are completely revolutionizing the way our own artificial creations will see the digital world tomorrow. The future of intelligent technology is not locked away inside a giant, distant server farm hidden in a cold warehouse. The true future of intelligence lives right out here at the extreme edge, interacting instantly with the real physical world. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey deep into the fascinating intersection of marine biology and modern technology. We hope this episode has completely changed the way you think about intelligence, vision, and the amazing power of nature. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with other curious science lovers. Until next time, keep your eyes open to the wonders of the universe. Thank you for watching Omni Eyes today.